When we watch films today, we might not realize that many of the cinematic techniques that keep us on the edge of our seats were first developed over a century ago. One of the most infamous figures in shaping this language was D.W. Griffith. D.W. Griffith began his career in theater, but by 1908 he found his way into the world of filmmaking. Griffith directed hundreds of short films during his early years, but it was in 1915 with the release of The Birth of a Nation that he became a household name. From long shots to cross-cutting, Griffith's innovations are still in use today in all types of films: westerns, horror, action, or drama films. Let's discover how Griffith's techniques continue to influence modern filmmaking. Let's start with something you've probably seen 1,000 times: the close-up. But what makes it so powerful? By isolating an actor's face, filmmakers can highlight subtle emotions that might go unnoticed in a wider shot. Griffith's use of close-ups was revolutionary. Before him, films were typically shot from a distance, keeping the audience as observers. Griffith pulled us closer, creating an intimate connection between the viewer and the characters. Nowadays, close-ups are used to create tension and intimacy, as seen in The Silence of the Lambs.
You look like a rube, a well-scrubbed, hustling rube with a little taste. Good nutrition's given you some length of bone, but you're not more than one generation from poor white trash, are you, Agent Starling? And that accent you've tried so desperately to shed, pure West Virginia. What does your father do? Is he a coal miner? Does he stink of the land? You know how quickly the boys found you, all those tedious, sticky fumblings in the backseats of cars, while you could only dream of getting out, getting anywhere, getting all the way to the end.
While close-ups bring us closer, long shots do the opposite. They give us the big picture, literally. They establish the world, the scale, the stakes. Griffith knew how to use long shots to create a sense of awe, whether it was showing the vastness of a battlefield or the architecture of an ancient empire. His use of long shots was about immersing the audience in the story's scale. Modern filmmakers use long shots to build scale and immerse viewers in the action. For example, Steven Spielberg's Saving Private Ryan uses sweeping long shots to show the chaos and scale of the D-Day landings. Then there's the point of view shot. When you see the world through the character's eyes, you're no longer just watching, you're experiencing. Griffith experienced with POV shots to make the audience feel what the characters were experiencing, whether it was fear, joy, or sadness. His use of POV shots was groundbreaking in its ability to build empathy. POV shots are also used in horror movies to intensify the fear, as seen in the Blair Witch Project. The first-person perspective makes the terror more immediate and personal, a technique that owes much to Griffith's early innovations. Point-of-view shots let us step into a character's or creature's shoes. In Jaws, the camera becomes the shark, turning the audience into the predator as it hunts its prey. Ever watch a movie where two events are happening at once, cutting back and forth between them, building the tension as they seem to converge? That's called cross-cutting, and Griffith was a master at it, using it in The Birth of a Nation to create suspense as two parallel storylines converged. In The Dark Knight, Christopher Nolan uses cross-cutting to increase tension as the Joker orchestrates two deadly situations at once.
Is that a phone? Mount the car!
Harvey, just in case, I want to tell you something, okay?
Don't think like that, Rachel. They're coming for you.
I know they are, but I don't want them to. I don't want to live without you, and I do have an answer for you. And my answer is yes.
No! No! No, not me! Why are you coming for me? No! Rachel! Rachel!
Harvey. Okay.
Rachel!
Harvey, it's okay. It's all right. Listen. Some...
Finally, we have mise-en-scène. Mise-en-scène is the arrangement of everything within a frame. Lighting, props, actors, costumes. It's what gives a film its visual identity. Griffith took mise-en-scène to new heights in Intolerance, where he built massive sets that transported audiences to different historical periods. His attention to detail in set design, costumes, and props created immersive worlds that rival modern-day blockbusters. Steven Spielberg is another director who masterfully uses mise-en-scène to heighten tension and tell a story visually. In Jurassic Park, during the raptor feeding scene, the elements of the frame work together to create a sense of danger and control.
Feeding them. Alejandro's prepared a delightful menu for us. Chilean sea bass, I believe. Shall we?
They should all be destroyed.
The heavy use of industrial, cage-like metal bars surrounding the raptors immediately sets the tone. The dense jungle backdrop reminds us that these creatures are still wild, even if they're imprisoned. The juxtaposition between the natural and the artificial reflects the core theme of the film, humans trying to control nature. When the cow is lowered into the raptor pen, it becomes a focal point of the scene. The camera lingers on the cow while the raptors are off-screen, using suspense and anticipation. Spielberg's use of empty space in the frame where the raptor should be builds a sense of dread as the audience knows something will happen, but you can't see it yet. Spielberg positions the human characters carefully within the frame, always on the edge of the enclosure or behind the bars, reinforcing their fragility and that even though they think they are in control, the danger is always present. Griffith may have lived in a different era, but the techniques he developed are timeless. Though he may have a controversial legacy, his technical innovations changed the way we understand and experience film. As cinema continues to evolve, his innovations remain at the core of how filmmakers tell stories.